St Paul's Collegiate School is the only independent school in Hamilton. Its founding Anglican ethos underpins the culture of the school, fostering strong values and growth towards self-motivation, reliability and independence. St Paul's operates across two campuses, the main campus in Hamilton and a second campus, its Tihoe Venture School, based in the Taupo district. The Tihoe campus and program are unique to St Paul's in New Zealand. The junior school caters for boys only at years 9 and 10, and the senior school caters for girls and boys years 11 to 13. As well as day students, St Paul's has 3 boarding houses for boys and 1 boarding house for girls on its Hamilton campus. There's no entrance exam for admission to St Paul's. However, the school places a strong emphasis on academic achievement. By maintaining small class sizes and concentrating on the individual learning needs of its students, St Paul's consistently rates top in the Waikato in its academic outcomes in both NCEA and scholarship exams. St Paul's offers curriculum options to prepare for both NCEA and Cambridge International exams. The school has a supporting sports program and facilities that include a modern gym, indoor cricket nets, squash court and weights room. Our water-based AstroTurf hockey facility has been constructed to international standards. All St Paul's students are encouraged to be involved in at least one cultural activity each year. Every Year 10 boy spends 18 weeks at Tihoe Venture School, St Paul's second campus. Students live communally in houses of 8 boys in which they take care of their own washing, cleaning and cooking. The personal growth of the boys is developed through social interaction, problem solving and outdoor adventure activities. The benefits of the Tihoe program for our adolescent boys has impressed author Celia Lashley.
If I had the opportunity to have one solution in terms of the social problems that face New Zealand in terms of our adolescent boys and the at-risk behaviour they indulge in, then Tihoe is the answer. I'd give every New Zealand boy a Tihoe experience in Year 10. It's a fundamental crossing of a bridge for him. It's a moment where he wakes up to the fact that he's on a journey to manhood. And the way in which St Paul's has brought it together, the environment, the history of the place, and the sense that the boy has that he's on an adventure or on an important part of his journey makes it an extraordinary experience for him. Boys learn through action and consequence, and we live in a world where risk has been bled out of their lives from early on. The real essence of Tihoe is that it links action and consequence for him, and action and consequence of the most simple sort. If you don't get out of bed, a cold river awaits. If you don't chop firewood, you don't get warm, and if you don't cook, you don't eat. Because that's how our boys grow. They're pragmatic creatures and they grow when action meets consequence. When there's a reason to do something, they do it. When there's a reason to stop doing something, they stop doing it. And Tihoe has condensed that in an outside adventure world, has brought it into an outside setting where all the other stuff of this adolescent life is stripped away. What you do at St Paul's is you take them away and place them in an environment, and that's it. This is it. You're here for 18 weeks. You are in here and there is no going anywhere else. And what he does is, as I watch the boys, they settle. They get the chance to disconnect from all the other stuff, and he's left with himself. And that's where the growing occurs. And he starts to make solid decisions about why he does stuff. And it's a simple decision. It's not, what am I going to do in my life? It's not, how do I change my parents? It's a simple decision. It's, should I get out of bed now or do I want to go into the river? For a Year 10 boy, at the stage of development he's at, that's the crucial learning for him. And he platforms out onto who he is. He discovers himself. And I know adult men who've never had that experience. They've never been placed in a place where they came to terms with themselves. So you're offering this boy a very positive step on that journey. The key message to some of your mothers who will be considering sending their boys to St Paul's and with the Tihoe experience built in, some of those mothers will be frightened for their boys. Some of them will be scared that he's going to hurt himself or that he's not up to it because they're a little darling. And one of the biggest contrasts would be for mothers to look at their boys at the beginning of year 9 and match it with a Tihoi experience and get very frightened because he's still just a wee lad at start of year 9. So the mothers need to take account of how he's going to transform himself anyway. But also for the mothers, the word I would have for the mothers is that Tihoi is a gift. You yearn for this boy of yours to be a good man. That's what I've discovered by talking to mothers. Every one of us, in raising a boy, our greatest fear is that we won't produce a good man. And that makes us clingy often, trying to monitor what he's doing, trying to make sure he's not rude to girls, trying to make sure he's not promiscuous, not using drugs. We're out there trying to control that. And the step back for us is to know, come back over here. And the gift to Tihoi is this is the moment where your boy discovers who he really is. He comes face to face with himself in the mirror, and from there he begins the process of deciding who he is. And our job as mothers is to just watch and enjoy and relax. He's going to be just fine.
St Paul's strong and supportive academic program has helped me set goals for my future.
And it's just a very warming and welcoming school to come into.
It's allowed me to excel in my chosen sport and achieve the goals that I've set for myself.
Tihoi provided me with a lot of outdoor experiences.
Tihoi was very beneficial to me, and it was a huge learning curve, which I found quite challenging but very enjoyable.
18 weeks at Tihoi Venture School and a strong NCEA scholarship program. St Paul's Collegiate School, Hamilton.